Okay, good. Okay, so you received the last time recorded video, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so make sure that uh, whatever we are discussing, you are looking into that the main points and try to implement that. And you have to make sure that that implementation is, eventually becoming like unknowingly or even subconsciously you are doing that for everything. Okay.
Okay.
So, if you keep doing that like as a forced action, like okay, I have to look into this. I was told so. That means you have not yet achieved uh, the kind of thing what you need for doing anything. Okay. So last week, not last week, the week before last, we looked into. Initially I have told you a lot of things, and then I used the whiteboard to look into something. So can you? This is not like an exam or something. Just to tell
Yeah.
me what is the main points you took it as the thing what we discussed 2 weeks back.
Yeah. Okay. So first thing was that. Is my voice echoing?
The volume is low.
No, it's my voice echoing.
Maybe for you, but I can clear it here.
Okay. Okay.
Clearly. If echoing, you can leave and join again if you like.
Yeah, I will do that 1 minute.
And also check your audio, which one is being used, because there could be more than one speaker or microphone.
Okay.
You need to use only one.
Okay. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Is it still
Okay.
echoing?
No, now it's not.
Okay.
Okay. So first thing I learned was addition. How is addition used, like in a real life, as a real life example.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing we looked into mathematical modeling, which is we saw the Ohm's law.
Okay. Real life application of addition operation, right?
Yes.
Application of addition operation. Okay, and then the second point.
The second point was mathematical modeling. We saw the Ohm's law.
Okay, mathematical modeling that actually lead to, okay, example was Ohm's law. Okay.
Yes. And then we saw the plus sign has two meanings. One is the binary operator, and next is the unitary operator.
Plus symbol has two purposes, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one is plus symbol as unary operator, which is actually used for direction, right? Because the pair is the plus symbol. It is not the opposite operation or something. It is the direction. One direction is positive, that we use the plus symbol. Then automatically the minus symbol is used for the opposite direction to the plus. Okay, so this okay, one direction, probably the right direction, right?
Yes.
and then the minus will be our other unary operator. So that will be also, that is a direction which
Left
is the
direction.
left side direction. Okay, and the second this is the
The
number,
addition.
the 1 and the 2 is the addition arithmetic or addition operation. Addition operation, which is actually a binary operator, right?
Yes.
Binary operator. So that is the addition operation, plus symbol is also used for that. Okay.
And then we the proof of sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal.
Okay, we looked into a proof of a trigonometric identity, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1, right? Okay. Okay, you have a good memory. And did you go through the video again, or you looked into these things again, or you just remember?
No, I remember.
Remembered. Okay. So there are two things here. One is probably you have very good memory, and also the other thing is you might have understood, and then something might be processed by you, even though you have not gone through the video or did anything like revising or something. You have subconsciously or something, because whatever we do, it will be, when it is in the memory, then the human has the nature of digesting and going through that even subconsciously. Okay, even while sleeping, it may come again, and even the kind of dream or something like that may be triggered by this kind of thought process, which we are not doing consciously, but subconsciously something might be happening. Okay. Okay, that's good. But the thing is, whatever it is, like there could be a possibility if we don't look into that or think about it quite some time after learning or understanding all this stuff, highly likely it may disappear from us. Okay, we can forget all these things. So it's not that forcefully we have to do something, but we need to know what kind of capacity and the capability we have. Because you see, after 2 weeks, we can still remember all this stuff. But how long this can withstand, only you know about that. Right? So before it is completely volatile and gone away, if you go through that or think about it, and there is a critical time that it will get into a permanent memory or the permanent understanding part of our brain.
Okay.
Then even if we like, we can't remove that. It will be always there. Okay. So one way to make use of them and keep it in our memory is when you do other activities also. As you remembered all this stuff, you can think about how that is, all these things are connected to the things what you are doing. It may be other studies, or even something like, when you are sitting on a table, fruit basket, some fruits are there, some fruits are added. That means already available fruits, we add something more. Then let's say apples are already there and apples are added more. Then you can think about, the already available apples. That means it has added to the basket is in one direction. So you add more to that, it is still going in the same direction. That means it can be considered as an addition operation for the apples, or it could be considered that in a number line in the same direction, like 4 apples were there, newly 6 apples were added. So from 0 to 4 was already there in the right hand direction of the number line, and further from the 4 you go for another 6 steps, then it will go to the 10 number of apples. So you can just to try to connect all this kind of stuff. That will also very much useful, and your way of analyzing and looking into things will also get better that way. Okay. Okay. So above all these things, okay, now the points what you have mentioned here, they are all mostly looking like as a subject you learned all this stuff, and I would say, okay, I would point out even before all the points you just mentioned, and I wrote it on the whiteboard also. The point number one is like observation. Okay. So clearly looking into something, what is going on. I gave an example like uh, I remember something like 5 add with 2 times 50, right? This was the
Yes.
example we took. So here, the observation is very important. What was the observation? There is something given here, and it involves some numbers and then arithmetic operations like addition and multiplication. Do you see that?
Yes.
That is much more important, I mean, a layer above than what you listed as the thing what you learned. Okay. Because once you look at something like that, tell me what is your observation and understanding of this?
First, they have not asked anything. They have not given simplify or evaluate. So,
Right. Okay.
yeah. And then
Yeah.
if they give
given?
solve, yeah, so it's
So
5 plus 2 into 50.
we are not, sorry, you said the solve. We are not solving anything here. They may say simplify.
Okay.
You see, there is a difference between solving something and simplifying something. Solving means there is a problem. There is something like an unknown or some difficulty that we come up with a kind of solution. Then that means we are thinking about solving it, or we are trying to access a solution for that. So that is different from like what is given, can we simplify that, right?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
A practical example could be, I mean, if there is a, let's say we went to market and we bought lot of things, come back home, it could be all the items what we bought might be in different bags, or in one bag the vegetable may be all mixed and everything. We sort it out, like put them separately, segregate them, or you put them in some of them in the fridge, or maybe some other items, maybe it has to be put it in the wardrobe. Maybe bought some clothes or something like that. So that is what we are doing, like sorting out and segregating. All those things we are making our future things to be much more simplified. Like let's say I want to find where is the tomato, then you know where the tomato is, because you simplified the mixture of all the vegetables, keep the tomato in a particular place or something like that. So in here also, what is the meaning of simplification is, there is a representation in mathematics which is saying 5 add with 2 multiplied by 50. Okay.
Okay.
But this is not the simplified form, because there is some kind of thing is happening here. Maybe it is representing, I gave an example, this could be easily, we buy 2 kg of onions which is rated at 50 rupees per kg, and a 5 rupees of curry leaves. Right? And it is giving a detailed explanation of what is going on, right?
Yes.
So, but eventually, this we know, for understanding and to explain what is going on, this could be written like that. But eventually, it has to be simplified as like a 105 rupees, right?
Yes.
So this is what the simplification is, because eventually we are going to pay this money to get the product, whatever we bought it from the vegetable market. It could be something else also, but finally the 105 is the simplified quantity represented in mathematics, like 105. That could be a rupees, or it could be some other quantity also, depending on what this 5 is representing, what is this 2 is representing, and 50 is representing. You get that, right?
Yes.
Then we comes to the point that, okay, if they are representing something, then the question is, a representation only 5 is not enough. It will come with a unit. Okay, so the units are very important, right? Units are important. That is the next point. So the second point is units are important. That understanding lead to automatically the simplification, whatever we need to do, automatically the steps and or the procedures will be derived by us, right?
Yes.
What is the reason here? Take the same point. 5 add with 2 multiplied by 50. The same example we could take. Then because of that, this process, the multiplication process has to be done first, because as you said in the previous whiteboard, we mentioned about that. The purpose of the addition is like we can add only when this 5 is same unit. This unit must be same as this unit. Completely, the put together, the 2 multiplied by 50 should have the same unit. Then only this can be added with each other, right?
Yes.
That is the reason why the multiplication, this is the, you see, this is the step 1. Step 1 is multiplication according to the given mathematical expression, right? Because there is only 2 operations, multiplication and addition. Step 1 is multiplication. The reason being, the addition can be performed only after completing the multiplication, and the example could be, the 2 could be in the units of kg and the 50 could be
15 rupees.
Of, rupees per kg. And I mean the 5 could be simply the rupees, right?
Yes.
So because of this, we have to, this is an example, right? I mean, but mathematics is being taught even without example or where this is applied or something like that. But when we apply, this could be one of the examples, and eventually that actually lead us to the point like, okay, board mass, right?
Yes.
So blindly following a rule like a board mass is not the right idea. The understanding of all the stuff lead to board mass. Actually, indirectly, do you see that we derived the board mass?
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah, board mass is not a formula or something like blindly something has to be followed. So this is very important. So this is the list. I would put it as the first list what we discussed the other day, 2 weeks back. Okay.
Okay.
And for all this understanding, we took so many examples, and all those examples are the list what you mentioned as the point. Okay.
Yes.
So the new thing what I'm going to tell as the first point today is simply when you are taught about some subject like math or physics or chemistry or biology or whatever it is, you are still learning them as a subject, and you are looking at, okay, what I learned, I have to remember that, and I need to understand, and you are going from the subject point of view. Do you get that?
Yes.
And when we want to recall what you learned, then your point directly go into the points directly connected to the subject. Like I learned addition, and the addition symbol can be used for more than one mathematical representation. And also we looked into the mathematical modeling. The example was the Ohm's law. Again, in the Ohm's law also, we started with what is the understanding, like Ohm's made a statement at a constant temperature, the current flowing through a circuit is directly proportional to the applied voltage, and we wrote that I is proportional to V, and then we have to mathematically, when the proportionality is there, then we can make it as an equation by introducing a constant of proportionality. Then what is the meaning of the constant of proportionality? If we know that the current is directly proportional to the voltage, then we used the unit of the current as an ampere, the unit for the voltage as a volt. Then we found that the constant of proportionality unit must be a ampere per volt. Then only the volt in the numerator and the volt in the denominator can go 1 to 1, and then the left hand side unit can be exactly equated to the right hand side. And we also defined a quantity called electrical quantity called resistance. The resistance unit is a ohm, which is a derived unit, which is nothing but the volt per ampere. And when we look into this proportionality constant, which we derived in the Ohm's law, that should be inverse of the resistance, because the proportionality constant what we derived was ampere per volt, but the resistant unit was volt per ampere. Because of that, the I should be equal to the proportionality constant should be 1 over R. The whole thing should be multiplied with the V. Uh, can you follow all the things what I said?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that is also important. We should not stop only like when something is written or when I read it, I could understand better than the somebody is talking, and when I listen to that, I am not that clear or I don't get that much understanding compared to what is written or when I read a textbook. Do you get that?
Yes.
So we should be ready to observe and understand in all possible ways. We have to increase. If you find one of the ways is having a kind of weakness, then you should work on it to improve yourself, how to keep the understanding as same level like whether I watch a video, I understand. If that is the best way for you to understand, then try to make the other way of learning by reading or while somebody is talking, you are listening. All those things also you have to improve. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we appreciate the points what I mentioned here. What is the additional thing what we discussed the other day?
Yes.
Okay, so that is the same thing. Like end of it, towards the very end, we proved sine square theta, that is plus cos square theta equals 1. Then the question was prove this.
Yes.
Okay. Then immediately the prove means actually this is an identity, like the sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, unnecessarily mean I put the identity. Let's say keep it as an equation itself. Okay, first of all, again, I mentioned this to get an understanding. First of all, prove. We have to prove something. That means all the information required is already given. We are not solving, we are not simplifying. Do you get that?
Yes.
So that is another understanding. So okay, we have to prove. Then what we have to do, we have to look into this whole thing and we have to understand what is the first thing what I mentioned. Tell me that when I look into this whole thing, what is the first thing we need to do?
First thing, look at what is there on each side.
Okay, what you can say about this complete thing? This complete thing can be mentioned as a one simple point as a
equation.
Exactly, it's a mathematical equation. Do you see that?
Yes.
I just add an extra point, mathematical equation, because the equation simply could be representing the adjective mathematical can be different in different concept, right?
Yes.
So the equation somewhere you can have a chemical equation, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? So I mean, that is a simple example I am saying. If you take, for example, HCl plus you put sodium hydroxide, this should be equal to what?
NaCl plus H2O.
Okay, NaCl plus H2O. So this is also an equation. So, but you should put it is a chemical equation. You get that?
Equation. Yes.
Yeah. So that is a kind of thing. So we need to be even when we have that point. Okay, first point is okay. First of all, you said equation. Good. What kind of equation? Mathematical equation. And then comes an equation means why it is an equation. So we should be ready to question ourselves as deep in depth about what is given, what we are doing, what I am looking at, or even somebody is talking. Can I ask question? Your level of question can go to a level that sometimes it looks even very simple. It doesn't matter. But that is where it all started, right? Our learning process or our understanding all started from that basic. So we need to connect that all that level, even a very low level to the high level, then everything become very simple for us. Okay. So why this is a equation? Simply we say that this equal symbol, right? The equal symbol is the one which made that. Then we need to know what is this equal symbol. It is an assignment operator, right? This is an assignment operator. In mathematics we say it is an equal symbol, but it is an assignment operator which is a binary operator again, right?
Yes.
Binary nature means it needs a left hand side and it needs a right hand side. You see, automatically the steps are following.
Yes.
When we understood this is a mathematical equation, of course an equation because it has a equal symbol. The equal symbol in mathematics makes it an equation which completely take care of everything what is provided, which has to be proved by us. Then we ask the question, what is the meaning of an equation? The equal symbol, it should have a left hand side and a right hand side. then we go to the given equation, look into the right hand side or left hand side, which is the simplest form. Then we say that the right hand side is simply a mere number 1. I know what is a 1, and okay, no need to take care of anything further here. Then we go into the left hand side. Left hand side is what?
Left hand side is sine square theta plus cos square.
Oh, yeah, but what is that? Can you first, you are reading that. Rather than reading, can you first tell, like the whole thing is an equation, and then when we looked into the equation, it needs a left hand side and a right hand side. We first looked into the, it is called refinement. Okay, this is very important word, refinement. Refinement to two different levels, right?
Yes.
That is what we are doing. Level 1 is equation, okay, and then level 2. Once we get that, level 2 is the equation needs two sides, like left hand side and the right hand side, and then we go to the fine refinement of, okay, the point number 3 is the left hand side is what is that is the point number 3, right? It's a mere number. And then we are asking the question, what is the left hand side? Tell me a simple mathematical term or representation which is completely telling what is left hand side.
It's an expression, mathematical expression.
Again, look into this very carefully and tell me. Again, it is a mathematical expression. Even number
Addition,
1 is addition, right?
Okay.
You see, keep it understandable. And when you say addition, why? That is the another thing. Okay, this is the point number 4. Why addition? Because plus symbol is appearing, and that is more than enough to explain completely the left hand side, because addition is a binary, again a binary operator, and it needs a plus symbol itself need a operand here, a operand 1 and operand 2, right? We have two words here. Okay, let me get some room here. First of all, operator, right? And with respect to the type of the operator, whether it could be a unary operator or binary, trinary, there are trinary operators are also available, but mostly we will be dealing with a unary or a binary. Depending on that, we will be asking for so many number of operands. Okay. You get that? If it is an unary operator, only one operand. For example, plus, let's say it is an unary operator, then plus 3 or a minus 3, right? This is unary operator example. But in the case of plus symbol, it is a binary. We need operand 1 and operand 2. Then the question comes. Then automatically the fifth question is, the point or the refinement is, what is operand 1 in the binary? So you see automatically one after the other the steps are immediately coming out, because we have to prove this sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. From all this understanding, even though we took time in discussing and understanding all this stuff, I hope you get the rationale behind this, because when you look into anything, you have to do this subconsciously or within no time. All these things should come into your thought process without somebody is telling you to do so. Even you like it or not, you should be doing that. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay, so the operand 1, what is the operand 1? Is simply the
Sine square theta.
Yeah, sine square theta, which is actually meaning it is an power index. The sine square theta means actually the sine theta is multiplied by itself. Do you get that?
Yes.
So sine square theta is nothing but sine theta multiplied with sine theta itself. So once we have that idea, then we come to the point that it is a multiplication. Then multiplication is a binary operator and it needs two operands. What is the first operand? Sine theta. What is the second operand? That is also sine theta. So the beauty is, then there comes a question, what is operand 1 and also operand 2 is both are same. Then comes the beautiful point that, so okay, here sine theta is also a trigonometric operator. Do you get that? Trigonometric operator, or we call that as a function. Okay, again, trigonometric operation or function, both are equally same. Okay, so now the question is, a function means, then the question, what is a function? Function is something, it will act on something, like y of x. You have seen this, right? Here we call y is a function, right? Have you heard about this, y of x?
Yes. Yes.
And the function word also you heard, right? Is a mathematical
Yes.
function.
Yes.
Here the function is not defined. All we are saying that the y is a function which is dependent on the variable x. Do you see that? But depending on anything, you can define that. I mean, y of x could be, if it is a trigonometric function, it could be simply a sin x. This is perfectly okay. Now this is defined. The y is defined now. Now defined. You see that? Or it is explained. What is the meaning of the y? Y is nothing but it is a trigonometric function acting on the independent variable x. Right? Same thing.
Yes.
What is this? It is the theta is the independent variable which is acted by the trigonometric function called sine. Then that comes the question, right? Sine theta. Then if it is a trigonometric function, the sine part is a trigonometric function, then obviously the operand, this what it is acting on, should be an angle. Right? That all comes very as a flow naturally. Then immediately our thought process, okay, and this angle is not changing. It is a fixed angle, right? It is only a theta. But I mean, even though we call that theta is a variable, but it can take only one value. If you are given the value, that means that value is fixed. For example, 30 degree. Then that means we know that it is in a right angle triangle. For example, this is one of the example, right? Angle could be anywhere. But the simplest understanding, what we started to make an angle or something, the inclination between two lines, right? Then if you put it on the right angle triangle, then comes that, okay, right angle triangle, again we have lot of understanding about the, one of the angles is 90 degree, opposite to the 90 degree we call that as an hypotenuse, and the other two angles, because it is a triangle. Tri means 3, and there are 3 angles. That is why it is called a triangle. It's a 2-dimensional shape. So all these things has to come immediately to our understanding. They are the one going to help us to prove the sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Do you see that? Not just simply, okay, sin square theta plus cos square theta, I do something and prove it straight away. No, we cannot memorize and keep all of them. All this understanding has to flow like a river. Okay. So with respect to the theta, we have an opposite side. Okay, so this side you call that as a and this side as a B, for example, and the hypotenuse as a C. Then we have a sin theta according to the diagram I have drawn as a triangle is simply, can you tell me what is sin theta?
A by C.
Okay, A over C, right? The opposite side of the angle theta and the divided by the hypotenuse of the whole triangle, because right angle triangle can have only one hypotenuse, which is the opposite side of our 90 degree angle. Okay. Then we looked into, okay, after that we know that in the same right angle triangle, for the same angle theta, we can have the cos theta also. That is also defined. That is B over C, right? So we have two quantities. From simply what we need to prove as sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. Do you see, when we try to understand, starting from this is an equation, mathematical equation, all the steps led us to here, right? Beautifully. Then also in a right angle triangle, we have something called simply Pythagoras theorem. So this one, simply in a right angle triangle, even before we learned the trigonometric function, if there is a, so this is C and this is A and B, the sum of the squares of the smaller two sides must be equal to the
square of the
hypotenuse. That is the longest side, because the longest side will always be the opposite side of the 90 degree, and this is called hypotenuse, and this will be the longest side of a right angled triangle. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, Ankush. Yeah. Now I
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is actually, again, this has been, is not only Pythagoras told this, he has proved this, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So we have discussed so far from the point where we left, and the important point like the observation from what is provided and given to us, and when we try to understand it to the level of, to the very bottom level, that led us to the proof of, immediately we know that, okay, here we have the sine theta, okay, call this as our theta, then this is our A by C, and cos theta is our B by C. Then from this we came to A equals C sine theta, right? Because we are trying to use the A square and the B square, that's why we need a, and also from this we got the B is equal to C cos theta, right?
Yeah.
And using these two, we had C square sine square theta plus C square cos square theta equals C square. When you take the C square as a common multiplication factor, then sine square theta plus cos square theta will be inside the bracket as another multiplication factor is C square. Then divide C square on both sides. Automatically, you see, beautifully we proved this, right? It's not a difficult job to prove this, but all came about with the simple understanding and everything. And okay, we have done it. Even last time we have done it, but this time I repeated all this stuff for you to understand the importance of understanding what is provided or given to us in depth, to the level of everything connected to that. Automatically the steps will be, naturally it will be coming out of us. Do you get that?
Yes.
And it is the same thing, even you go to JEE entrance exam, or even the exam for your 11th standard or anything, when there is a question, you should peacefully understand everything about the question, and once you have in depth how much refinement you can give and make use of the given information as much as possible, and if you can make use of it everything with full understanding, the steps and procedure, everything will follow. You don't need to be taught for every problem what to be done. Do you get that? Okay. Can you understand and appreciate that?
Yes.
You need to do that. Okay. In this page, the last thing what we have written, do you get any curiosity here? Something new, or you need to question something here? What are all the things you think? I put it as a test for you. Look at this whole board, and we came from proving sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1 by making us to look into what is that. It is an equation. From there we went all the way to the whatever the other thing connected to that with our understanding we proved finally, right? But in doing so, there are some other new things are popping up here that has been not asked by us. Like it is not a question. Now I am putting it in another way. It need not that somebody has to ask a question. By the given information itself, we need to understand and question ourselves to a level that what are all the things I can do. And even from there, when I do something, if something new pops up or some connected related thing, am I questioned in depth about that? Have I understood that also? From that point of view, I am questioning you, what are all the things we need to look into in depth for our understanding? There are two things here, and what are all the, even three things are there, or okay, two things, I restrict to two things. Can you?
One is Pythagoras theorem, that is
okay, good. Okay, so you are asking how, why? Do you see that?
Yes.
Why this a square plus b square must be equal to c square, right?
Yes.
Okay, good question. Okay, a second thing is
Uh,
when I say this is what the second thing should be, you will feel that, oh, this is very simple or something. Why we need a definition like this trigonometric function like sine theta, cos theta, which is connecting to the length of the side length of the triangle. Do you get that?
yeah. Yes.
Because one of the measurable quantity in the right angle triangle or any triangle, and the other thing involved are on the other side are all the side lengths. Do you get that?
Yes.
So there has to be a purpose for that, right? Because as I said, I think last time you might have noticed that, because for some representation, the human in the very beginning started counting with numbers and a symbol for the numbers, and slowly we derived all the other things like addition needed, then we introduced a plus symbol for the addition. Like that, we have developed all the mathematics as and when required when the need came about. Do you get that?
Yes.
Then when we learn something, because I mean for a very long time, I mean Pythagoras, he lived even before Jesus Christ. So all those years back, when the humans, then Pythagoras can prove this. In a right angle triangle, the sum of the squares of the two smaller sides must be equal to the square of the longest side. Then think about when the numbers might have been invented by the humans, right?
Yes.
The count was there. When we see two apples, there are two apples, but to put a representation, two looks like this, and universally accepted, and it has gone through a history, and simply two, before human invent a symbol and call this as a two and universally accepted, this symbol would be meaningless, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is what the understanding should be. So like that, when you ask question, why this definition, why a trigonometric function is needed, and what that is doing for us, what purpose it is serving, and we have to reinvent that, the reason for that and everything, that will have a better understanding for us. That could be used for in any place where it comes. Do you get that?
Yes.
So we need to go in two ways. Like one way is I have already some understanding, and when I look into the given information or the data from my already understanding basic stuff, I try to understand what is the meaning of the given information, like sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. And in going through that, I go to a point that, I mean, naturally all the steps have come to me and I have proved that. But in doing so, then there are new questions are arising. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this Pythagoras theorem? Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, automatically we need to, or naturally we need to answer this thing, right? We need to understand why this is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take that. Okay, it's not a complicated stuff. To your level, this is very simple and easy. But the point is, the way of teaching and learning gone too far away from the way naturally we need to, the humans need to learn. That is why all these things become a formula or something like that. So simply, I am drawing a right angle triangle. So let's call that this is our the C, this is our A, and this is our B, right?
Yes.
And can you tell me what is the Pythagoras theorem according to this given right angle triangle side length?
So a square plus b square should be equal to c square.
Okay. Okay, so we came to this new board, we erased everything, and we started from the point where we questioned why Pythagoras? Pythagoras theorem, how to prove that? Prove Pythagoras theorem or understand why this must be a square plus b square must be equal to c square for this given right angle triangle. Okay, again, how to go about this? I'm now testing again your understanding or what we are discussing so far last time and this time also. Where we start?
First, this is an equation.
Exactly. Good. Okay, a square plus b square equals c square. Because of this equal symbol, the equal symbol makes it as a
mathematical equation.
Yeah, mathematical equation. Good. mathematical equation. Good. Then what it leads to? Then once you say that the symbol, because of that, what we have?
Addition.
No,
Because
don't
of
push
addition.
it. The equal symbol itself has an understanding. Don't push it immediately.
Okay.
It has to go refinement. Equal symbol means what? What it has to represent in
Assignment
mathematics?
operator.
That has to have a, you see?
RHS and
Right hand side and the left hand side. And I mean, this is very natural. The simplest form of the right hand side and the left hand side, we need to go there. Which one is the simplest one? Left hand side or right hand side?
right hand side is open.
Yeah, because it is c square, simply c square. What we understand from c square, tell me. And also always don't keep it as a separate problem. Always relate to where we started. We started with a right angle triangle, 2D shape, right?
Yeah.
A 2D shape, which is a triangle, and a triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles, but we are not dealing with the angles now, only 3 sides, and one angle is 3 angles.
One
3 angles, and one of the that leads to one angle is 90 degree. 90 degree, that is because it is a right angle triangle, right? Okay, I use the mathematical symbol since right angled triangle, right? Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now tell me, what is the meaning of the Pythagoras theorem? We went to all the way to the step point c square. Tell me, what is the understanding of c square?
So C is the longest side of the triangle.
Okay.
So we are multiplying it by itself.
Okay. So you are saying c square is nothing but c times c. Is it ringing any bell? You already said the c is a length, right? Even
Yes.
though it is the length of the longest side of the right angle triangle, doesn't matter. Any length when multiplied by itself, it should ring a bell for you. What this is representing?
It will be an area.
Good. Area of a
Square.
area of a square.
Yes.
Of a square of length. What is the length?
3 centimeters.
C. Oh, no, don't put the centimeter as the unit.
Okay.
Nobody told you that is in centimeter. It is just a C. When you give the value, the C can be like 500 kilometer, or it could be 1 light year or something. I will come to what is light year later. Light year is also a length. Okay. Whatever the length, that can be simply represented by a C. That is what the representation according. This is the longest length of the right angle triangle, that C, but according to the Pythagoras, that c square, that lead us to, okay, do you see that? We need to, then that tells us, why don't we form a square here, right?
Okay.
Because that will actually help us to prove this stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now we got this, then this also according to the square, we need to have, this is a right angle, this is a right angle, this is a right angle, and this is a right angle, right?
Yes.
This is also C, this is also C, and this is also C, and the C square is actually the area of this square, right?
Yes.
That's it. But you see, once we have done that when we made that the square to appear, which is sitting on the hypotenuse with all the sides as C, then our immediate idea should be, when there is a C, one C got a and a B, right?
Yes.
Also the other 3 C's can also have its own A and B, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me extend that. Do you see the beauty? Okay, for this there is a right angle triangle here, and it has to be a B here and A here. Do you see that? I put this is the segregation. Do you see that? Okay, what is this length? You see my drawing. What is this length?
That will be B.
B. Because this is our 90 degree, automatically this become a, this become a B, and this become a. Do you see? Right? So we started
Yes,
with one right angle triangle, then we came out with second one, a third one, and a fourth one, because we try to understand what is the given Pythagoras theorem which we are trying to prove. Then the C made us to make the extension of the hypotenuse to become a square because of the C square. Then we have seen one side C got the A and B sides to make it as a right angle triangle. Then we need to, similarly the other three C's we fill the A, B and everything. That actually made us to see another big square with a length A plus B. You get that?
yes.
So this is the A plus B. So now other side is actually looking for A square plus B square, right?
Yeah.
The right hand side of the Pythagoras theorem is actually A square plus B square, and beautifully from the right hand side, this is left hand side, it's not right hand side. Okay, so the right hand side itself has given lot of stuff which led to A plus B as a square. Then A plus B, that square area, right? I'm talking about the bigger square. Okay,
Yeah.
that is actually A plus B multiplied with A plus B, which is actually, I mean, you know how to do the algebraic multiplication, I think so. It will be A square plus B square plus 2AB, right?
Yes.
Okay, that is okay, beautiful. Now ask the question, right? So we have our, always we are talking about area. Then we looked into the area of the bigger one. So now you see the A plus B square area is actually made up of, so A plus B length square area. So I call that as area is made of C length square area. You see that, right?
Yeah.
Square area plus 4 right angled triangle areas, right?
Yes.
So simply we are saying that A plus B wholes, that is actually C square, that is the smaller square area, plus 4 times the 4 right angle triangle, one of them area. Can you tell me the one of the right angle triangle area?
Half into A.
Off into? Careful. Off into?
A, B. A into B.
A, B. Because A is the height and B is the base. Do you see that?
Yes.
So we are simply saying this also, this A plus B whole square, the bigger square area must be equal to the smaller square, that is with the length C as the side, that is C square plus 4 into, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 into half of AB. Then this simplifies to C square plus 2 times AB, right?
Yes.
Right? Then this must be equal to our, the whole thing. The A plus B whole square also got A square plus B square plus 2AB.
Yes.
Right? Then plus 2AB and minus 2AB on the either side can be.
Yes.
So this whole thing leads us to simply Pythagoras theorem, right?
Yes.
A square plus B square must be equal to C square. It's not very difficult, right?
Yes.
So it is very simple, but all came about with the question we asked, what is the meaning of A square plus B square equal to C square on the given a triangle with C as the right angle triangle with C as the hypotenuse and the other two smaller sides as A and B, right?
Yes.
This is how you need to do for everything. Go to the level. Don't stop with like, okay, Pythagoras has been told. I know that even sometimes people make mistake. Okay, I erase everything. I draw the right angle triangle again. Now A, B, C. Can you tell me the Pythagoras here?
Now it will be A square plus C square is equal to B square.
That is important, right? You have not made mistake. But because right angle triangle means one of the angle is 90 degree and opposite to the 90 degree will be the longest side of the given right angle triangle. This is called the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is already represented by a B. Then the longest length or the longest side of the right angle triangle square must be equal to the other two smaller side squares, right?
Yes.
That is what it is. Like, not simply a square plus b square equal to c square is not Pythagoras. Even last time itself, when I asked you the Ohm's law, you did not say that b equal to IR simply, right?
Yeah.
This is actually the mathematical model of the Ohm's law, right?
Yes.
Same thing. Yes, the, like whatever it is, here it is a square plus c square plus b square is the mathematical model of the Pythagoras for the given right angle triangle. That is how we need to connect and understand. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So next question is, it automatically came about. Okay, before going to the sin theta and cos theta part, I will ask. Okay, like it need not to be a right angle triangle. Any given triangle, let's say this is an angle A, angle B and angle C. What you can tell about this three angles?
Sum of the angles will be 180.
Okay, A plus B plus C, all three of them are angles. This has to be 180 degree in the units of degree, right?
Yes.
Have you ever questioned this? Have you ever questioned why it has to be 180 degree? Yes or no? It's very simple question,
no.
right?
No.
No. So that is the thing, right? Like, okay, that is how you need to learn anything or look into anything. Don't take anything granted. Okay. And also don't, because humans have the fear. If you start asking question, then there could be some answers which may be really making us to do difficult job, or the answers what that will lead to make us to somehow accept that all our understanding or acceptance we lived with and everything has all something wrong with that. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay, but we should not do that, because we are not the one deciding what is right or wrong or what is the proof or anything. We are the one looking for that. So we need to question to the level that when we have the answer, right answer, in the making sense answer kind of thing, that is what is reality. That is what the truth is, right?
Yes.
So that is what is called science and math. Science and maths are not subjects. Science and maths are the things which are making us to ask the question. Even within the science, like in mathematics, you have been taught a two-dimensional shape like triangle. There are three angles, and the sum of the three angles must be 180 degree. But what maths and science says, we have to ask question for understanding for anything. Until then, we should never stop, right?
Yes.
Right? So, okay, this is very simple. Okay, I mean, A, B, C, that's okay. And this is, again, we start from here, right? A plus B plus C is actually given as a 180 degree, right?
Yes.
Again, what is this?
This is a mathematical equation.
Good. An equation symbol should have?
Equal sign, which is an assignment operator.
Yeah. That should have?
Of the equal given equation.
Okay, the equation symbol should have what? It's a binary operator. It should have?
LHS and RHS.
Yeah, that is actually two operands. It's a binary operator. Binary operator. Keep telling that will come as influence. By equal symbol. It's a binary. Equal symbol is a assignment operator or equal operator. That is actually a binary operator. It needs two operands, right?
Yes.
So in the two operands is actually our right hand side and the left hand side. Then which one is the simplest one here?
180 degree.
180 degree. Okay, that is merely a number with units angle as a degree, right?
Yes.
But looking at this, actually we want to prove that 180 degree. Looking at the triangle also, that is not straight away helping us to do anything much here, right?
Yes.
So what is the left hand side?
The left hand side is an expression.
A mathematical operation with the two additions, right? A plus B plus C. But this is actually telling something from the triangle. The A and B and C, they are all angles of the triangle, right?
They are on the same.
Yeah, they are on the plane. They are inside a triangle, but they are in the three different corners of the triangle, right?
Yes.
But this one is saying add them. Do you see that? Add all the three of them. So when they are on three different corners, how you add? Something like, okay, there are 2 apples in this corner and 3 apples in this corner and some 4 apples in some other corner, or in 3 different houses. You can't add them, right?
Yeah.
You need to bring this to here and bring this also to here somehow. Then you put them all together. Then we can count them, right?
Yes.
Then we say this is what the total number of apples, right?
Yes.
Okay, we need to come up with an idea how to make the A, B, C come together. That comes with experience also, but I will tell you how to do that. There is
You have to put a line on top.
exactly, right? A line parallel to the baseline. Good idea. How you came about that?
Because we can say alternate angles.
Yeah, okay, then we extend this and we extend this. What is this angle?
That angle will be a
This is parallel to this, right? And
yes.
This is extended. So this angle must be?
That angle will be A.
Good. This angle is?
This angle will be B.
B. This angle is?
C. Because
yeah, that is actually the intersection of the two. Then comes A, B, C. We brought them together in a straight line, right?
yes.
In a straight line, what is the total angle?
180 degrees.
180 degrees. So that makes this thing. It's not a formula.
Yeah.
Right? Now come the question, why you said in a straight line 180 degree? What is the reason? Again, you see the beauty? Again, the next question comes naturally. Why a straight line should have a 180 degree suspended on that? Simple. Think a bit. We started, I even used the arrow. I stopped here.
Half a circle.
If you go one full round, when you go one full round is 360 degree. Half of it is obviously, this half circle is 360 divided by 2, that will be 180 degree. Do you see the beauty?
Yes.
That is how everything. Don't worry or don't have a fear or something. When you ask more question or further question, you are not asking anybody or somebody to help with. You have to help yourself. Do you get that?
Yes.
Never ever stop. Go as depth as possible. Then connect them and relate them whenever we use them. Like we started with the sine square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. You see what are all the things when we try to prove this with a simple understanding of putting questions on what is this, from that what I can connect with already I know and everything, and it even made us to question how to prove the Pythagoras theorem. And once we proved that, we went all the way to even the A plus B plus C 3 angles sum of any given triangle should be 180 degree. We proved, and why the straight line should have 180 degree. We get that? Okay, like this. And also, when solving the problem, because eventually you are targeting, like when the exam comes or anything, don't think that you are preparing only for the exam. For anything, what is happening, what you are thinking in reality also. When something is happening, somebody is talking, you need to have understanding. Like even when you are talking with something, it is a discussion going on or some conversation going on. You need to have a full understanding. You have to listen what the other person is saying, and with the body language and everything, what could be the thing they are saying, and with the understanding, it's not our understanding. We have to understand clearly what the other person is really meaning. Do you get that?
Yes.
It's not easy. Mathematics is much easier. Physics is easier because they are not living creatures. Like when we ask question, they have only one answer. They are not thinking between the lines, or they are not doing some sarcasm or anything. But when we are dealing with the people, we need to analyze more. You get that?
Yes.
And even doing that in parallel, we need to come up with an understanding. Okay, this is what this guy is meaning, and with the body language of the other person, maybe that person is not understanding it correctly because he is not feeling good about it. And what I need to talk, how I need to answer, how I need to get into the conversation. All these things also need analysis and a better understanding of what is going on, what is given to us, what is provided there, what is available there. Okay. So don't ever leave that. Okay. Any questions or doubts so far?
No, no doubt.
Okay. Other thing we will discuss tomorrow, but I will put the question that what these things are doing. The sine theta, cos theta, or tan theta, all these things are being taught to us, right?
Yes.
And we have already seen they involved with some right angle triangle and connected to the sides and everything. Think about it and use your own, either you write it and think about it or do something, or you think it on your own without writing, only on your brain thought process. We will continue discussing about that tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
And tomorrow I think it's 1.5 hours later, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow we will start at 12:30. No, 2 hours later. Am I right?
Yeah,
5 o'clock
yeah,
for
5
you,
over
right?
here.
Yeah, and you need to keep it that as an habit, like a calendar or somewhere a diary. You have to write it down. What are all the things you have already agreed and you have appointments, and what other things you have to do, and your hobby, or you are going to relax something. Everything has to have some kind of a routine with respect to your character and your requirement. You need to follow some kind of discipline. Okay.
Yes.
You have to develop that. That is only for yourself, not to make anybody else happy or something like that. But you need to develop your own character and discipline, and you need to self honesty is very important. We have to be honest to ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
Always keep an eye on that. Respect yourself. That is very important. Don't do things hanky panky. You know what is the meaning of hanky panky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not be
Yeah.
like that. You should make use of the time as much as possible, because we have only one lifetime and we have to do whatever we want to do in a reasonable way, and we are doing that for our own good and not disturbing or bothering other people. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. So, any other questions or anything for today?
Yeah, no question. Okay.
Okay, we will meet tomorrow then. Okay?
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, take care. Bye.